All right, thanks for tuning in. Today's episode, I got to fish with my son, which I don't get to do enough of here lately, just due to work schedules. You know, I have such a weird work schedule, and he travels a lot for work. But my job was to put him on some fish, and I did it. I did my job. We got on some good ones, some big fish. Kind of surprising. In the middle of the summer here, on all this heat, we went out. Towards the end of the video, there's a monster caught, but I lost audio. These GoPros are notorious for not performing well in the heat, and that's what happened here, I'm afraid. But I overdubbed. I narrated over the top of it a little bit, but it's worth staying tuned for it. I watch this one all the way through. You won't believe the size of the fish caught there towards the end. But glad to get to fish with my son. He lives up close to Lake Guntersville in Alabama. Stay tuned. Soon I'm going to be traveling that way, and we're going to fish Guntersville. But meanwhile, watch this one. Kind of figured him out. The topwater slowed down. Had to go at it a different way. Stay tuned.
300 on that. Is there lines on this?
Yes, there's a wire on every one of these docks. You threw got him. You threw right on top of me too.
I passed at the same time you did.
Hey. Hey. Ooh, it's a largemouth. No, it's a spot. Or is it? I can't tell. Boy, he crushed it. Nice one.
Ooh, I just got hit. Dang it. You might have to back this up a little bit.
What do you mean? We're 20 yards from the bank.
I just got hit too. Hammered too. Yeah, I think there might be another one or two sitting there. I don't know how I missed them, but I got one.
Yeah, this isn't a bad fish here. That might be approaching 2 pounds. Don't understand why there's always fish here. There is. This is a good spot. And even up between these other docks, I don't really fish the docks. I fish it between the docks. That's another 1.5-pounder. We'll take it. Yep. I think my chest cam was off for my fish, but that's all right. My camera on my chest hasn't been working very good. Boy, I can tell I haven't got enough sleep. My eyes hurt. Oh! Did I get you? Yeah, I got you. Did you hear that? It sounded like a firecracker.
Is that 2 for you too?
Yep. It sounded like a firecracker. He's not a giant, but it was fun. Man, did he crush it. That fish crushed it. I'm gonna throw up in the no man's land. Ooh, must be a largie. He's a jumper. Ooh, no, it's a spot. It's a good one. And it caught, no, it's a largemouth. It is a largemouth. Hey. On the roach. It cost me my roach too. Check out the red things on his tail. What is that? It's gonna show the camera. See that? It got some red things on his tail. Yeah, you got one? Nope. Nice largemouth. Well, when it's hot and sunny like this, they're going to be, you know, that fish was in a tree. They're buried up in the cover. Well, I think this roach is just different enough that it's something they haven't seen a lot of. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm out here with a special guest. Don't get to fish with him very much these days, unfortunately, just due to work situations and everything. But I got my son Marshall, and he's throwing a jig, I'm throwing the roach. We started off, I threw the top water, he threw a swim jig. I did my job, I put him on some fish. So, do I need to net him? Ooh, it's a monster. Here, let me net him.
Oh, wow. He's pulling a lot of... Oh, I think that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a monster. Boy, don't let him break you off. Boy, that's a nice one. It's look, he's got that on his tail. Hold on, let me...
That's a big one. I wouldn't build it. Not quite as fat, but we don't have to weigh that one.
Let me see. Show the camera. Boy, Marshall, that's a giant.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, we'll weigh that one.
With the funk on his tail.
Yeah, see that largemouth I caught. Hold on, I got my scale here. All right, we got.
I was reeling it in and he chased it. I thought you said it didn't work.
Oh, I guess. Why is it not?
3.5.
3.62.
Yeah.
So 3.62.
Over 3.5.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of it real quick.
All right, let me turn this off. Okay, hold him. All right. Hold on. Do I got? Yeah. Let's get the. Oh. Yeah, that's the biggest fish of the day. Go ahead and turn her loose.
She's ready.
Here you go. Yeah, we just caught a picture taker. That was a nice one.
That's right when I was getting ready to stop throwing the jig.
Well, I did my job. I put you on a nice one. So you remember that when I come to Gunnersville. Boy, I caught a couple of nice ones off of this on the top water, and I missed a big old.
I thought you were talking about that little tree. I see the tree now.
There he is. I kept waiting for you to cast in there.
I thought you were talking about that little tree.
Ooh, it's a nice one too. Hey, come on now. That's a decent fish. 1.5 pounder on the trusty old roach. I knew there was a fish in that tree.
That's what they say you catch spots from. It doesn't look like it.
Ooh, he's pulling a little drag on you. Yeah. This time of year, you better take what you can get. That's a you know, close to 2 pounds. 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Right in the tree. Jig fish. Yeah, well, it's a pound and a half, I guess. We will take it. There he is. Yeah, he's not a giant, but I'll, you know, a fish is a fish. Especially, you know, as hot as it is, you better take what you can get. Come on, little fella. I'm gonna let you loose. So we're having to slow it way down. Once the sun gets up, you're gonna have to drag a jig or a worm, or I happen to like the old roach. It has caught a lot of fish for me. So I will be fishing with him on Lake Gunnersville in Alabama soon, so stay tuned for that. I don't know how soon, but well, your turn. Go ahead and catch one. Marshall, I'm going to take you in here. Get a cast over the wire towards that walkway. A lot of times they'll be in the shade on those walkways. On that rock. Yeah, that's another nice fish. Yeah, that one that was with him was a little bit bigger. Yeah, he's a pound and a half. We'll take it. Another jig fish. So he's fishing a jig. You know, you got a chance on a jig no matter what time of year. Every year's a bit different. This year I just haven't done very...
Out of that dock, though. I was reeling it in right there.
I haven't done very good on a jig this year so far. I can catch them on the roach, but they just don't seem to be biting the jig that much. Shade, you know, bass are just like us. You know, they're looking for shade to get out of the heat. Well, I'm glad you caught a good one. That's... Well, we've done better than I thought we would, to be honest. It's been pretty slow. I'd like one of them big uns. Hey, well, you know what? I don't care where you go. To me,
that's a good spot.
That's a good spot. I don't care where you go. I don't care what part of the country you're in. That's a good spot.
I think Lanier made one of the top. Didn't make one of the top fishing lakes?
Top 10. Well, according to Bassmaster, you know, or whatever. I didn't, Marshall, there's this tree over here. You can see it under the water. I didn't throw on it. You need to, because there's fish around these trees. They're buried up looking for shade. Oh, he's got me in the tree. Ooh, it's another nice one. It's another nice one. Ooh, it's another nice one. Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah.
That's a big one.
It is. It's another nice one.
That's probably 7-8 pounds.
Oh, come on now. Ooh, it's another monster. Wow. The last two, look at the size of the belly on that one. You know, yeah, we're gonna see what it weighs. Why not? We're gonna see what it weighs. .17.
That's 6.5 4.7 and 2.
Yeah, that's about 7 pounds worth of fish in the last 2 fish. That's a nice one. Nice big chunk. Dang, Marshall. So this tree that's in the water here is where I caught that last big one. When you're, you know, this time of year, they're looking for shade and cover. I did catch a couple of topwater fish, but it all of a sudden something has switched and the topwater bite is tougher right now. I think it might have something to do with that tropical storm that's heading this way. Well, Marshall, we've done a lot better than I thought we were going to do. You got big fish of the day honors, but I'm not too far behind you. That one where it was a nice fatty. You know, I fished that tree before. That's the first time I've ever caught a fish on that tree. I'm lucky I got him. He really had me wrapped up in the tree. That's where the old gamma fluorocarbon comes in. It's tough. It is tough stuff. You ought to get bit. So any of you watching, if you decide you want to buy some of these roaches, make sure you tell them that I sent you. Yep. Uh-oh, Marshall, it's another big one. Mike. I thought he was bigger than he is, but still a decent fish. I mean, that's got to be 2 pounds. Nice fish. Boy, he just took it and ran with it. All right, so at this point in the video, I lost all audio. Don't know why. I've got a brand new microphone system. But anyway, bear with me. I picked up the topwater again. It's a little bit later in the day, about 10 o'clock. Sun was up bright, but just had a feeling, threw the topwater in there over a tree, and nice little spot comes up and busts it. Fished a little longer than I normally would on this day, just because I don't get a chance to fish with my son very often. So anyway, another bonus topwater fish a little bit later in the day. Okay, stay tuned for this one. This is the last fish caught. And again, my microphone system went out. Don't have any audio, but I threw in here with my roach again. And this was a big one here. I knew the minute I set the hook, I'm telling my son, you know, get the net. Anyway, this was a good one. Big, nice, big largemouth. Middle of the day. Well, I say that, it was probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm telling you, that roach does the job. Of course, I fumble fingers. I lost grip of the fish, but this was the biggest fish of the day. You can see it's kind of one of those misshapen largemouths, got a kind of a humpback on him. This one was big enough, I decided to get the scale out. So this is 3 fish on this day that I usually don't weigh them unless they're pretty big. But that's the 3rd fish of the day that we weighed. This one came in about 4.77, so almost 5 pounds. Nice, big, chunky largemouth. The kind I like. All right, thanks for tuning in. Unfortunately, it's just part of making these videos. Equipment failures happen quite a lot. I use GoPros, and they're kind of notorious for not performing well in the heat, and that day was hot. But that last largemouth was a nice, weird shaped one. Big old chunky largemouth. But I was glad to have my son back. He grew up fishing Lanier, and he's pretty good with the jig. I was glad to get him on a big one. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. I'll be back out there soon to figure them out again. Fishing is funny this time of year. It's so hot. This pattern will work, and this pattern will work on any lake. In the summer, find some shade. They're going to bury up in the cover. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.